Rivet here. We're back again doing another vlog. Another Thursday night vlog as it is. My intentions were to do it on the weekend. I kind of fell apart. Sorry if it's loud. I'm off to go get some groceries. So I'm at a fairly busy area. I decided to bring my camera along. Haven't gotten out very much this week. It's been interesting to say the least. So probably do this on Saturday, and so checking the green thing on the screen. I'm like, is that me? Or something on my thing? It's a tree. It's a little screen here that I look at. But anyway, yeah, tried to do this on Sunday. Went out. It was 22, 23 degrees when I left the house. Beautiful. I got to where I was close to where I was going to film, and started feeling warm. I'm like, okay, maybe it's because I was walking. Check the temperature. It was 33. It had gone up 11 degrees in the course of like a half hour to an hour. So, and then it continued to get warmer throughout the evening. I think by the time 8 o'clock rolled around, it was 34, 35. It was hot. So I put my air conditioning on Sunday, thinking, okay, summer's here. Monday turns around, nothing. Cold again. It was like 8 or 9 degrees through the day. So that wasn't too bad though. Yeah, the intentions were to get out and record this earlier this week, but I just haven't had the energy, to be 100% frank and honest. It's been overwhelming in some aspects, dealing with everything. And as I've shown, I'm getting out and doing more. 3 times a week now is the average. If it's not the vlog, it's a bike ride or something. Beyond that, my comfort level goes down. And I wanted to go out Monday for sure, but I was so tired. Ended up having a friend call me Sunday night. I went to bed early, thinking, okay, I gotta get up, because my schedule now at work is 8 to 4. So I'm like, okay, time to get ready, be the grown up. And sorry. Yeah, so anyway, I went to bed early, got to sleep for like an hour, and I woke up out of nowhere. Couldn't fall back asleep. Had a friend call. I don't know, it was like around 11:30 or so. We ended up just talking. Before I knew it, it was 5 o'clock in the morning. Neither one of us knew we were talking that long, so I got a couple hours of sleep, had to work, and then after work, I just zonked right out. I was gone. Like, I played video games, did a few things, but mentally I was exhausted. So I was like, yeah, I ain't doing shit. And then Tuesday was still a bit of a write-off. I've just been really busy at work, and I worked a little bit later last night, and I just wanted to eat dinner and relax, which I did. And then tonight I'm like, I need groceries. So I'm dragging you guys along for that. And should be interesting to see how much groceries cost today. I think much like everybody, the cost of things have gone up a bit. I'm endlessly thankful that I don't have a car or a bus pass or anything like that. That extra cost. Gasoline itself here in Toronto, I think I saw, yeah, I was looking over here, $2.05 a liter. So That's pricey. I think it's 4 liters to the gallon. I don't know the exact math. I'd have to double check it, but yeah, it ain't cheap. So yeah, I think it was like $1.50 not that long ago. So let's get up a fair chunk. I do most of my grocery shopping at an international foods market. So the rates are usually pretty good for what I get. But I've always been fairly frugal. You know, I'll get dried goods when I need it. You know, some fruit, some veggies, a little bit of meat, and then usually some takeout stuff because they have a great little kitchen thing, so they have food in containers to take home, which is nice. Stuff that I wouldn't make myself. But I usually get away with, I don't know, depending on the week, anywhere between 30 and 50. Lately it's been getting up around 60 or 70. But I've been getting different stuff too, so some of my staples have been running out. And I've been stockpiling some other stuff to make sure I have it. You know, getting some extra sauces and things I normally wouldn't be buying, but just wanted to make sure that I had it on hand. Oh, so yeah, that's where I'm headed to today. Last week, I ended that vlog fairly quick, and guess I should explain, but yeah, I kind of checked out mentally. I had the beginnings of a panic attack starting, and I know the feelings whenever they start, so it's kind of like have to take a break, calm down what I'm doing, and step away, which I did. I think as long as you are paying attention, you can manage these things when they happen. And it's still not easy. But yeah, I hopped on my bike, got out of where I was, got to where there were less people, and then just proceeded to bike. Just checking out, mentally just enjoying the ride. Ended up going for like a 2-hour bike ride after that. I went down by the lake shore, went to a bunch of places I haven't been to before, and you know, just kind of took the mental stuff I was dealing with and converted into physical, to get some exercise, and for the most part it worked out well. But yeah, it took me a couple of days to recover from that one physically, because it was a lot of bicycling for somebody that's not used to doing it anymore. Oh man. So yeah, today's not going to be a terribly long vlog. I'm heading over to the area, and it's going to get busy with people again. I need to kind of just zone out. See, not sure if I'll bring the camera in there. I might just turn it on and take some stuff and have like a B-rolls, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But it's a cool market. It's got bigger than I would expect for a grocery store. Probably about the size of some Walmarts that I've been to. But food's from all over the place. And I like it because I can get veggies there that I can't get at typical markets that I prefer. I like a lot of greens. Like, you know, the stuff you have to cook, like Chinese broccoli and stuff along those, like mustard greens and that kind of stuff. And I pay a little bit extra for them, but it's stuff I can manage. I would certainly prefer that over fucking romaine lettuce and shit like that, and spinach. I'm like tired of that kind of crap personally. But anyway, if I don't come back, it'll be because I'm exhausted and I freaked out. If I do come back, I will continue chatting and walking. A couple more things I would like to bring up, but if I don't, I don't. Save it for the next time. Okay, so I'm not too sure if I got any footage in there or not, so I tried. But yeah, $55 today. I did go a little overboard and got a few things that I normally wouldn't. So, but I have a backpack full of food and a bag full of takeaway. Yeah, I spent almost $20 on takeaway. No, it wasn't 20. Let's see, 5, 6, yeah, $17, $18. So, but yeah, I got food for a couple of days that I don't have to cook, which is a huge deal for me. So yeah, I recorded what I could and then I had to turn it off when I started to get too cumbersome to carry everything. I don't take shopping carts in there, so I just have a little bag that I use, so I use that. Oh my god. But yeah, here comes the fun. A half-hour walk or more with roughly 20 to 30 pounds worth of groceries in my backpack. That's what I do. Part of how I stay healthy, I guess. I got much less meat than normal. I really didn't need much. I had a little pack of ground pork, more noodles, and a bunch of veggies. I got a lot of veggies that I normally wouldn't get, so they were reasonably priced today, which is better than the exorbitantly priced that they tend to be sometimes. I just take what I get. I shop around. I don't go keep on shop or anything like that, so I grab what I can when I see it on a reasonable price. But that's just for me, so I don't have to buy tons. Just waiting for the street lights. I can continue. Get a streetcar behind me there. You can see that? Yeah. I like these. This is the newer streetcars here in Toronto. They're pretty awesome looking. I haven't been on one. One of these days I will. But yeah. Oh my lord. It's been a good day. But that my I love people yelling in the phones. It's like, why? It gets very animated. It'd be interesting to hear that take. I got my headphones on, so I got music playing, so I can't tell. I can just hear like a sound, person talking. It seems louder than normal. And it looks like we have rain clouds have come in. It is so weird. It just changes on a dime. Very odd. But yeah, prices in there are not too bad. Fairly reasonable. Not a whole lot of stuff has gone up. I mean, bits and pieces. You can shop around and, you know, used to get this thing, but this one used to be more expensive. Now it's cheaper. Just grab whatever you can. Basically, I do, this is probably more than a week's worth of groceries, to be honest. But I shop here, and then I go to a couple of other grocery stores to get the rest. So I kind of spread it around. But it's like this week I'll do this one, next week I'll do the other one. So they're kind of like each shop is for 2 weeks. But it's like split half. It makes sense in my brain, don't worry. But I shop for what I can get where I am. The one thing I grabbed there that I don't is they had a delicacy from Toronto that I normally don't see elsewhere. I don't think I've ever seen it outside of here, to be honest. They are they're called a Jamaican patty. It's just a little pastry with spicy meat or veggies, whatever it is. Trying to think what there is a story around them. So they got into trouble over the name at some point. I think it was because they called the patties. I think they're just called patties at first, and in Canada that meant one thing, and from where they're from it meant something else, so they ended up calling it a Jamaican patty, and that's what they've been called ever since. And the family was from Jamaica, so it kind of makes sense. But I've been eating them for 30-40 years now. They're delightful. But you get a case, like a box of frozen ones for $10 for 12, and these are the ones that I normally don't get because they're more expensive and they're on sale, so I grab them. So normally I think they're like $13 or $14, but to buy them out, like if you get the patties from the stores, like they buy them hot, they're a couple bucks. So they used to be $1. They used to get them when you were on the subway, and they have colored dots on them. There's like a red dot or a green dot depending on the spice level. Red being spicy. Yeah, I just grew up eating them and they're delightful. I was having to kind of walk through Goose shit back there. Apparently, Goose had something he didn't like. There's a bunch of shit on the ground. Oh my god. So yeah. But yeah, I'm happy with my haul. It was good. Oh, I am looking forward to getting home and having dinner and relaxing, putting my feet up, play some video games tonight. I finished Lego Star Wars last week, and I haven't started anything else up yet. I think that's the middle of June before I run out of videos on that one. So I got a little bit of time. I'm really glad you guys don't have smell-o-vision. Over there is a meat packing plant for, I think it's Maple Leaf, which is stinky as hell. So you can kind of smell the decay. Now, I'm not saying that their products are decayed. It's just, you know, part of the process is there are bits that are left over. But yeah, this place does not smell the best in warm weather. I just happen to catch a whiff of it. Usually I don't smell it, but I did today. Oh man. So yeah, I'm going to get home tonight and play some video games. I grabbed a couple of new ones. I haven't really latched on to anything for the channel yet. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. There was a vampire one that I grabbed just the other day. It's an early access. It's kind of like a, to try to put it into perspective, kind of a little bit like Diablo, a little bit like Valheim. It's a survival game. You wake up as a vampire, dying basically, and you gotta create forts and fight things, and it's a clunky little interface. It's growing on me though, but the tutorial bit of it it's okay. It doesn't feed everything to you. There, you have that survival aspect to it, but I'm digging it. But I'm not too sure how long the legs are on this game per se, or if I can get content. I could probably get a couple of episodes of content just having fun with it, but as like an extended playthrough thing, I'm not 100% sure of it yet. But it is fun. So, and I have grabbed a couple of bundles lately just to get some games that I wanted to add to my library. There's a remake of Sam & Max Save the World that I've been wanting to play. I remember playing the original years ago, and the remake or the update looks really nicely done. So I'm going to play that through. Again, not something I'm planning on putting on the channel. I've been finding that I've been enjoying putting games for myself a lot more than anything. And I don't mind making videos. I still enjoy it. But the pressure that I used to put on myself to put out as much content as I used to, so happy that I eased back on that. Whew, I tell you, the shit you do to yourself, it's insane. But yeah, so just making videos for one game at a time, and or you know, ones on the weekend and stuff during the week, I'm okay with that. And with one video a day, it allows me to play a game and enjoy it and not have to go, okay, what am I playing today? Where was I? Like, you get lost in the games after a while when you try to manage 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Just, it's unmanageable. So this is a lot better. But yeah, I have plans and ideas for other things that I want to do, but we'll see. The first thing I need to do is to, as I've addressed, working on my mental health. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I have seen a marked improvement in myself for the last couple of weeks, which makes me happy. It used to be 2 or 3 weeks at a time not going out of the house, so now I'm going out 2 or 3 times a week. So I know a lot of people think that's nothing, but to me, that's a lot. And, you know, going out in and around people, like, it's dinner time, and I went into a grocery store. A month ago, I wouldn't go near a grocery store unless it was about to close. So that is a huge difference for me. Anyway, I got a long walk ahead of me. I'm gonna sign off here. I just wanted to get off to a little quieter street. The first one I have. I got, I don't know, 5 kilometers or so to go with this backpack full of food. Oh well. Anyway, thanks everybody. I appreciate your support on everything that I do. I'm gonna try not to screw up the schedule like I did last week and throw Deep Rock Galactic on at midnight. I don't know how the fuck that happened. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Take care everybody. Bye.
This is a song for all